Imagine this. You text him first, a second time, a third time. In return, silence. Or a cold, okay. And then, boom, he's gone. No likes, no story views, no random hey. Just vanished. And the scariest part, you can't even remember the exact moment it ended. Because a Taurus leaves exactly like this, silently, without drama, without a final goodbye. And there's almost never a return. Today, we'll break down 10 real reasons why a Taurus never chases. And yes, at the end, there'll be a quick test. How much of that Taurus energy lives in you? Get your fingers ready, because the results shock a lot of people. Let's go. Reason 1. He already tried chasing and learned his lesson. Contrary to popular myth, a Taurus did chase once. He dove headfirst into feelings, believed words, clung to hope, waited, texted first, and forgave what should never have been forgiven. He invested fully, leaving himself no safety net. And that's exactly why the blow hurts so much. Instead of a response, silence. Instead of warmth, coldness. Instead of reciprocity, indifference. At some point, he understood a simple but brutal truth. Someone who truly needs you will never make you chase them. That's where he stopped. He learned his worth and no longer bargains. Discounts on feelings are over for Taurus. Even the love promo code doesn't work anymore. Reason 2. He respects other people's freedom. And for many, this becomes a trap. A Taurus doesn't hold people by force. Not because he doesn't care, but because he refuses to confuse love with control. Want to leave? Leave. He won't make scenes, beg, or prove his value. But here's the nuance people realize too late. If you leave, there's most likely no way back. Not out of spite or pride, but because Taurus doesn't return to places where he has already made the decision to let go. Reason 3. He instinctively knows what's his. A Taurus has an incredibly accurate intuition about people. He may not always explain why one person pulls him in while another creates inner discomfort, but his inner compass rarely fails. If you're his person, he'll stay calmly and reliably, without loud declarations or performances. And if you're not, don't be fooled by silence. This isn't indecision. It's already a goodbye. A Taurus won't break himself for someone else's expectations and won't search for meaning where everything has long been clear. He simply leaves. No drama, but for good. Reason 4. He's not afraid of loneliness. He's afraid of losing himself. Loneliness for a Taurus isn't punishment. It's a space for recovery. In silence, he regroups, refills, and returns to himself. He doesn't need someone beside him to patch an inner void. The only thing he truly fears is betraying himself for the sake of a relationship, dissolving into another person, and sacrificing his values. That's why he chooses carefully and stays only where he can be himself, without masks or inner conflict. Reason 5. He doesn't dramatize, and this is his most underrated trait. A Taurus doesn't create storms in messages, conversations, or his own thoughts. If someone disappears, he doesn't bombard them with questions or demand explanations. He simply draws conclusions and crosses them out. A Taurus doesn't block, he archives. And as we know, nothing comes back from the archive. The most unpleasant part? You might not even notice right away that you're no longer in his life. The realization comes later, when it becomes clear that you've been gone from his heart for a long time. Reason 6. Taurus has an internal list, and it's almost impossible to get off it. If you made him chase even once, the trust is cracked. You may keep communicating, stay polite, and smile, but you won't get inside anymore. It's a silent disqualification with no scandals or explanations. At some point, you simply become background noise to him. Reason 7. He knows the main secret that destroys the very idea of chasing. A Taurus understood this. If you're afraid to lose someone, you've already lost. There's no need to chase anyone, prove anything, or cling to something. It's enough to be yourself, calm, grounded, and whole. When he stands still, life starts moving toward him. People are drawn not by brightness, but by the rare sense of stability around him. Reason 8. He doesn't waste energy on emptiness. A Taurus can precisely feel where there's real warmth and where it's just an imitation. He's often called cold or lazy, but in reality, he simply doesn't invest where there's no return. If something doesn't grow, it's not his. He chooses reciprocity, not struggle. Reason 9. He's a magnet, not a hunter. A Taurus doesn't conquer or perform for attention. His strength is in quiet confidence and inner integrity. He doesn't play roles, he just is. And that's what attracts more than any words. People come back because it feels calm beside him. Reason 10, the most important one. Taurus doesn't chase because he's the one people usually wait for. He doesn't shout, rush, or fill silence with unnecessary words. He's present, like a reliable support that makes breathing easier. If you can feel this depth, you'll turn toward him yourself. If not, then it was never your place. And now, the test. Ready? Bend your fingers if. When someone plays hot and cold or ignores you for a long time, you don't text, "Where are you?" You simply lose interest and go make some tea. You'd rather choose a cozy night at home with pizza and a series than a questionable party where you have to keep up appearances and try to impress someone. Under pressure, you don't speed up, you freeze completely, and become 10 times more stubborn. You once left a relationship because it started demanding that you give up self-respect. Count your fingers. 1 or 2, the earthy energy is there, but emotions still often win. 3, classic Taurus. Boundaries intact. Calm is your superpower. 4, almost the ideal. You're hard to throw off balance, but once it happens, it's forever. All 4, and you're nodding at every line. Welcome to the club of real Tauruses. Your calm both scares and attracts people. Write in the comments right now, how many fingers did you bend? And if you're a Taurus, also share your favorite way to leave silently. If the video resonated, like it, subscribe, and hit the bell.